Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered, where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal, breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe, so down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah. Aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but ending with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Sneering this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
All right, I had to shut off the speaker. Can you hear me still? You are muted. Okay. You tell me, because you muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself so I can make sure I can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Okay. Peace, peace. When you walk away from everything you know, is it freedom? Or escape? Tonight, we're not speaking from opinions. We're listening to another life. And I'm going to shut these off. Although the story that is not ours to tell, it's worth hearing. A moment where everything could have repeated, and it didn't. So as a family, we listen. Now, can you read the deeper meaning, please?
Yes. There comes a moment in life where you see the pattern before it repeats, not after the damage is done, although while you're standing in it. That kind of awareness changes everything, because most people don't change until they have no choice. although some recognize the direction they're heading and choose something different. That choice comes with weight. Walking away sounds simple, although it's not. You leave behind familiarity, you leave behind comfort, you leave behind what you know, and something uncertain, for something uncertain. And that's where accountability lives. Not in words, although in action, because every decision has consequences. And sometimes choosing yourself means choosing a harder path. Let's have a good conversation.
And as of right now, our guest is not here. Now, I'm going to say why our guest is not here. Probably, and this is just me assuming, that where they're located right now, that there is not signal. So they're probably going to a place where there is. We're going to see what's happening. Okay. But we're going to get into this real quick, and we're just going to talk until they show up, if they show up. Because going off grid isn't about, you having the essentials that you would if you stayed in an environment that was not healthy for you. When you go off grid, you may lose internet. You may lose a house over your head. You may lose water. You may lose electricity. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the things not only that you are leaving behind, but yet the things also that you may lose. So people think that it's okay and that it's easy to just go and pick up and do whatever you got to do to survive. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? Sometimes survival comes with no heat. Sometimes survival comes with no electricity, no water, no roof over your head. So we got a few questions that we can ask each other for right now until they show up. If not, like I said, sometimes there's uncertainty when you pick up and go. So have you ever recognized a pattern before it repeated, Golden Eagle?
Not before it repeated. I mean, in my eyes, it's not a pattern until it repeats itself.
Okay.
Otherwise it's just something happened.
Have you okay. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Kendall, have you recognized the pattern before it repeated?
I'm assuming it's to do with breaking old habits. So maybe it's depending on the day, I guess. When it comes to certain patterns, it's learning to break them as well. As I find when I'm going in certain circles throughout the daytime, I'm learning to readapt myself not to do it again. Once I learn once, that's it. Move on. Continue forward.
And I see where Golden Eagle's coming from, but if you recognize a situation that keeps getting you stuck and you keep repeating it, it becomes a pattern. So what I think it's asking is, have you recognized it before it repeated itself again? Not just repeated in general. I think it meant like before it repeated itself again.
Yeah.
So how about that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely sometimes, especially if it's a pattern, obviously you've seen it before. So you can, you see it enough times, you see it coming too,
I'm going to be completely transparent and honest. Sometimes even though I recognized it, I still allowed it to happen again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I've definitely been there too.
And I know it's a pattern, and I know it was wrong, and I know that, oh, here we go again, I'm doing this again. But yet sometimes, because I'm stuck in this safety net of familiarity without realizing that familiarity doesn't mean that it's safe.
Right.
Just because you recognize it and you're used to it doesn't mean it's something you have to do.
Right. And I know myself often enough, like I might recognize it and stay there just because I feel like I know how to deal with it. Like I've been through this before, so I know how to handle it, and Doesn't make it any more healthy, but
And that's what I was saying. Ever since I grew, I've been very uncomfortable. And it's
right,
not because of I'm stepping out and doing dangerous things. I've been uncomfortable because I'm breaking habits and I am doing new things and experience new feelings. And I have been very, very uncomfortable, yet excited at the same time.
right on.
So, what does freedom mean to you personally, Kendall Cobb?
Man, I'm always stuck with the questions I don't know how to answer properly because all mine's like scenario and just doing things on the spot. So, freedom is not giving a no matter what you say and do for yourself and for others. So, when it comes to learning that type of ordeal, it's actually feeling a lot better without the type of control that people want you to do without hesitation. So, that plays a big role for having that type of freedom of not giving a trying not to swear today. Thank you, Jesus. Anyways, but yeah, it's a whole ordeal for not wanting to, but yet you to care all at once. So it's a good mm, affirmation with it.
Okay, okay. How about you, Golden Eagle? What does freedom mean to you personally?
Um, hmm, I think freedom, just being at liberty or having the opportunity to carry your own free will without concern for consequences, repercussions, other people's thoughts or reactions to your own choices. Yeah, freedom really. I mean, I think there's a lot to it. It means a whole lot of different things too. Obviously, freedom from incarceration or imprisonment, whether it's physical imprisonment or mental imprisonment. There's psychological imprisonment too. We can all imprison ourselves in our own mind at times too. And so there's a pretty wide span of things that freedom means to me.
Welcome, Solo God. I have a question for you. Would you like us to change how we call how you are introduced when we speak to you? Now that your name's changed.
Nah, I ain't never been solo god. Solo god is just my company. It's still SGF brand.
Okay, because it
Yeah,
says it on your thing, so I was making sure.
yeah,
Because I'm
yeah. I low key lope it with a passion. With like literally everywhere I go, people be like solo god. I'm like, no, no.
okay. Okay, I'm just making sure because I
Oh,
remember what someone did one time when we accidentally called her something different when their name was different on the thing. So I'm just double checking.
no, okay.
So what does first our first question was because you're only one question away. So have you ever recognized a pattern before it repeated itself? Um, ask Jeff Graham.
Oh, you said something to me. My bad. Dealing with unruly people.
Okay. Have you ever recognized a pattern before it repeated itself?
Have I ever recognized what?
A pattern before it repeated itself again.
Oh hell yeah, that's a bunch of them. Um, yeah, 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 that's happening right now. But so I recognize it, and then most of the time I just get quiet because I want to see what's gonna happen with a different reaction. Um, but yeah, yeah, I recognize them all the time.
What does freedom mean to you?
Freedom,
Yes.
the ideal of freedom, just truth, just truth. Truth is such a gaslighting thing, such a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing or whatever. That it's just something right now you got to be comfortable within yourself. The truth triggers.
I love that you said that, and I wish you didn't show up yet, even though I love you on here, because I didn't get to answer mine yet, and and I wasn't gonna say truth exactly, but I was gonna say when you're allowed to release yourself from yourself and be authentic. So I was gonna say authentic because at the end of the day, I'm learning healthy boundaries, and as I'm learning healthy boundaries, I have to learn how to express those too, regardless of who they affect. And 9 times out of 10, they may never affect anyone. But yet, sometimes speaking your truth really does trigger people. And sometimes being authentic with yourself will offend somebody else. And never your intention. It's just freedom for me is freeing myself from myself. And I don't mean who I am going to be. I mean who I became. And half the time it was from survival. It was never ever something I came because I wanted to stay in my childlike energy. It was always because I had to have this wall put up. I had to have this kind of persona or image within myself to protect me. And for me, that's where my freedom comes from. Freeing myself from myself so I could just be free. So kind of similar to yours.
You know what, the especially with you asking it, and so I just started looking at a lot of stuff or whatever, and I've I've been practicing. It's quite hard, but I've been practicing not to completely blame the person for their attitude and assume that it's like an entity or something
Mhm.
that's chilling with them, and then like even though I'm not no demon guru or whatever, I'm like, oh, it's this one that's on you or whatever, this is what you got to do, or nothing like that or whatever. I just look at what the objective is now. I don't even look at the pattern of I'm always running into people doing this. I'm looking at when do I run into people doing this? What do I be doing when I run into people like this? Or when I run into the situation or whatever, like one today I had a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, I three different people, they they tried to carry me into self-doubt. I'm not gonna say whether it was intentional or unintentional. I know when I brought it to their attention, they tried to defend themselves instead of listening. Um, but I was like, okay, with you asking that question, I was like, okay, I was really game planning myself or whatever. I was like, every time I get to a certain threshold of my game plans, these type of situations occur again.
Mm.
So it's whatever it keeps coming back in that repetitive form because that repetitive form works. Whatever, getting into these type of arguments or debates with people, it throws me off. So I keep seeing it over and over. But what is the objective of it? The objective of it is it stops me from working on myself. I always have to take a break, take a break, take a break. When you take a break, yeah, you're taking a break from the bad, but you're not growing either. You just taking a
Mhm.
break or whatever. If I'm taking a break every damn time I'm turning around, that's just like, I mean, it's not going backwards, but you're not growing. You're just stagnant. So that's now that you asked that question out loud and I was able to put that together, hopefully I'll be able to deal with that a little bit better.
I come to a conclusion today too that the infinity symbol. You know how it naturally loops like this.
hmm Sideways 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we put in is what we get out.
Yeah.
So every action's a reaction. So sometimes we throw off our circadian rhythm, our natural flow, by allowing other people to reflect onto us what they mirror within themselves. And I had a real deep own conversation today. And it was, I come to the realization that whatever your issue is, it has to be from within. Because if I don't mention it and you're mentioning it, and it's not something I'm mentioning it, it has to be your subconscious feeling it. Because if you say, oh, I know it's not, I know it's because I'm not rich. Well, I'm not talking about you being rich, and I never mentioned you being rich. So if you feel that that's a problem, then that's something that you have to feel within you. It's not something I'm verbally saying to you. So that's something your subconscious is holding on to, not something that I'm expressing. It makes sense if I would say it to you, but when I'm not even bringing it up and you are, that means it's something that you're feeling within yourself, that you are reflecting onto me. And that's the affinity symbol. What we put out is what we get in return. And if we want peace and love and stuff like that, then we will project that. And if we don't get that in return, then that's not alignment.
And I could definitely see that. I look at the infinity sign as almost um everything is coherent, and what I mean by that is in your your downfall is my downfall, your upcoming is my upcoming, or whatever. Your experience is my experience, or whatever. If you start thinking like that, obviously whatever you experience more, you're gonna come in tune with it with your own self or
Mhm.
whatever. But you know, when you see somebody doing great, you're doing great. What if you feel that with them instead of wondering how they did it? We did it. We
Mhm.
just did that. How I did it, I don't know, but we just did that.
Yep.
The more you come in tune to that, just like the person that's doing bad, we just did that as well. What you eat do make me shit or whatever. You know, if we take it to a physical realm, if a lot of people keep stealing at the store gonna jack up the prices. You know, or whatever. If this county has a lot, this state has a lot of violence going on, then firearm licenses just might change or whatever. We do affect each other whether we believe it or not or
Uh-huh.
whatever. And if people move in that direction, that's how I see the infinity sign. Like it's not battling, it's just flowing. It's nobody try, like you're not trying to be who you are right now, you're just doing it.
It's
uh
alignment.
Whatever I got going on right now, the the negativity that just happens or whatever, that's been the flow of my life forever. So until I jump into another flow coherently or whatever, it's not nothing forcibly or whatever, because I'm celebrating you, I'm celebrating you, I'm celebrating everybody up here and everybody that's not up here or whatever. Eventually you will come in tune with it. But
Mhm.
what we like to call hating, stop hating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the human word for it, I guess. What I'm saying, if you stop hating and actually congratulate authentically, we everybody should be back in tune with each other to where that infinity is like that flowing eight.
Hmm. And that's a balance, and that's the yin and the yang. That's the reciprocated, like the reciprocity of life. You know, that energy that just keeps coming back to you is what you're putting out. And I hear it often. I hear it often from some certain people that say to me, I'm only the way I am because of how you are. You allow me to be this way. You allow me to be vulnerable. You allow me to be transparent. You allow me to have peace because of how you are. And that's a natural flow. What do you think, Golden Eagle? Do you feel that concept?
Yeah, definitely. Um, Honestly, just as we're talking about it, I just keep thinking about. I was actually talking about this a couple weeks ago to a friend of mine, but I keep thinking about this interview I saw with Marlon Brando like 2 weeks before he passed away. It was like an hour-long interview, and every question they asked him, he had the same answer for every question, and it was just that it's all relative. It's all relative. It's all relative. He just
Yeah.
kept saying that, like, oh, it's all relative. It's all connected. And like about halfway through the interview, I'm asking myself, like, is this dude just being a smartass? Like, is that all he's really got? And they even asked him, like, is that going to be your answer to everything? And he was like, quite possibly, it might be because yeah, it's all connected. It's all relative.
Yeah.
And as far as the infinity sign, that's funny too, because that's the only tattoo that I have. I've got 4 of them on my arm, real jailhouse like. Yeah, symbolic of my 4 siblings and how that's forever,
Yeah.
But yeah, I do see how it's that energy, man, and it goes on forever. It feeds off of itself, it propels itself, it excels itself, and it's all relative. Every piece of that sideways 8, it's all
Yeah.
relative. It goes together, just like everything else in life. Honestly, it all goes together, man. It's all relative. It was crazy that Marlon Brando interview because, like I said, man, our interview, and that's about all he said. They asked him about producers he worked with, actresses and actors that he worked with, and family life, and I mean, they asked him about everything. Every response, man, it was like he was just saying it was all relative. Like 2 weeks later, when he passed away, it hit me really hard, like really deep, and I realized just the depth to everything he was saying. Because honestly, at the end of the interview, I was kind of like, damn, that's really all he had to say? That was a horrible interview. But again, when he passed away, I realized like it kind of clicked for me that this man, that wasn't a horrible interview, and he was at the end of his life, and he even said at some point, some to the extent of how he had just come to that realization, how everything is all connected and it's all relative, and
Yeah.
so that might be his response, but it was pretty deep to me, actually. Like I said, especially when he passed away unexpectedly, like 2 weeks later, and I realized that man had he probably actually had achieved a form of enlightenment that I definitely hadn't even touched yet, and that's why he was so susceptible to responding with it's all relative, man. It is
Yeah.
all relative. So yeah.
See, I have a whole theory about death. Let me correct myself. I have a whole opinion about death. I can't call it a theory. I never did research and I never put a lot into it. It's just my opinion. And I believe once you fulfill that purpose, whatever that purpose may be, then it's your time to go. And the reason why you're still here is because that purpose is not fulfilled. Whatever that purpose was that you chose to have a purpose in before you even got here. So he might have already knew his purpose was fulfilled.
Yeah.
Without even realizing that it was his time to go.
I feel like part of his purpose was opening my eyes to just how relative everything is.
It is all
like I do. I feel like he opened my eyes to some things and gave me some food for thought. It's something that here I am, 20 years later, still contemplating.
If he did it to you, imagine how many other people that he done that for.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that interview may have been a major part of his purpose.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't just my eyes that he opened. You know.
What do you think, Kendall? What do you think about the infinity sign and what we're speaking on? How do you feel that as in a repeated cycle of loop that we put out will get?
For my type of definition for infinity, I think it means externally or eternity more than just a forever sign. So when it comes to that type of acceptance, it's realization for what is and what isn't. It's very different for how we want to have those different types of point of views for how we see it.
Yeah. So the next question is, do you believe people can truly break cycles or just manage them? Golden Eagle.
Oh, I definitely believe people can break cycles. Absolutely. I know people can. It's not even a belief. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt people can break cycles. Absolutely.
I'm going to answer this before SGF Graham does, just because I think that people can break cycles, but a piece of them has to I'm gonna say something, and I hope we don't get flagged for it because I don't mean internally, like literally die, but like the vision of them, the version of them that they once were, can no longer exist
Right.
in order for them to break cycles and change. You have to lose a piece of you that was no longer serving you to receive a piece of that is now within your alignment. So whatever you used to do, you can no longer do. And I don't mean remove yourself from this realm. I mean the ideal of who you were at one time. In order for you to break that cycle, I think that person, that part of you has to no longer be existence. Because if not, it's going to keep repeating patterns and whatnot. And you're going to keep doing the same thing. Just because you learn not to and what it was, you have to remove a lot. That means people, places, and things. You have to remove a lot in order for that to change. My opinion. Kendall Cobb, do you think that people can break patterns and cycles, or they just manage them?
Um, Something tells me both. You learn how to break it, but it's very hard to break. It takes time, it's process versus learning how to manage to what you know how and versus what you can control versus what you can't control. So it's basically about your environment, who you're with, what you're doing, and all that stuff. So it does take time. It's always about the process and step by step routines. And for myself personally, it's still an ongoing process. It's never been easy, and it never will be easy unless I allow it to be. So yeah, I'm going to say both.
SGF Graham, do you believe people can truly break cycles, or do they manage them?
They manage them until they know that it's time for it to go. Then they break it. But they have to give acknowledgement to it first or whatever. But before acknowledgement and before breaking it is pretty much managing. Pretty much thinking is their normal life, pretty much.
So, what do you think about how I see it?
It's the same concept, just use different words.
Okay.
Whatever,
I felt that we would do that.
yeah, when they the in order to break it, it literally has to be broken, destroyed, you
Hmm.
know. And then with that empty space, more than likely, if you don't deliberately fill that empty space, it's just gonna find something similar because that was what was comfortable.
Mm.
And like case point, I've been talking about renewing the mind. Well, my arrogance kicked in, and I would glance at my cards like maybe the last past 10 days. My arrogance would kick in, like, oh yeah, I'm good. I know all these by heart. Then one day I kind of noticed that I was second guessing, where the scripture was located on one, but I was like, I'm human. I'll be all right. I don't remember everything all the time. And the last 4 or 5 days have been probably the hardest days that I done had and the longest. And I caught myself that I just happened to walk past one of my cards and I said it and I was like, dang, I stopped or whatever. And I'm talking about I knew that if I didn't keep that empty void filled with this until it's innate with it, because it's not innate right now or whatever. It's like 30 plus years. I've been thinking this one way. I haven't, no matter how good I've been doing the last 2 months, that has not filled the void. I'm working on filling that void, but it's not an innate thought yet or whatever, man. That thought held on me, that it stayed on me so hard, like in my dreams. Like there was no peace for the last 4 days up until yesterday. Where my dreams, my wake up thoughts, every thought was on just BS or whatever. Like, man, not like no nightmares or nothing. It was just constant BS though. Like I was just in a groggy mode, but I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was, me slacking or whatever. So I had to go through the process of shutting it off, killing it, saying to the mountain, going through everything back over, just like I was like, I'm gonna treat it like I'm starting right back over from square one, like I never started to begin with. Well, and I had to do that to bring myself back.
Yeah. Have you ever walked away from something without a clear plan? Golden Eagle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Kendall Cobb. Have you ever walked away from something without a clear plan?
Oh, for sure, on a daily basis. Okay, that's my Canadian side kicking in. Yeah, all the time. I walk away all the time when I don't see a purpose. I'm like, bye, I'm out. See ya. So yeah.
Kendall, I swear Miss Doubtfire walked in and sat down in your seat. I was just like, whoa, where did Kendall's voice go?
I had to. I couldn't resist.
I was just like, you really were Canadian and that's President second. SGF Graham, have you ever walked away from something without a clear a clear plan?
I couldn't do nothing but laugh when you asked that question. Well, I ain't never had a plan. I'm Mister. I'm done. I'm out. Whatever. Figure it out while I'm there. I'm from relationship to moving to a different state to whatever. It just be like that. One day I'll be like, man, I'm done with this shit. God, and I just leave people like, where you going? Here. Well, who you know there? It doesn't matter who I know there. I get a hotel room. I figure this out. I'm a warrior.
Come to Canada. We're friendlier. Well, depending on the day, right?
Hey, I'm definitely, it's a change is coming. And I've been feeling I'm gonna move far away, and I'm like, I don't want to move that far away or whatever. Like, in my head, I was hearing over the ocean. I was like, nah, I don't want to go that far away or whatever. Like, so Canada definitely that is still in the North Americas. It's still close enough to the family, but not close enough to where they can drive up. Or whatever. That works.
Not me, Canada. I'm not going to Canada, Kendall. It's too cold. I'll be the
Oh, come
Vietnam
on.
first. No, take
It's
me to
not my fault
Vietnam.
I'm northerner. I'm
I
too
mean,
much.
I look at Canada every day, you know.
It's too cold.
Try minus 65, then we talk.
Right.
I'm
That's
not
when I
even
go back and visit the South.
see, and I'm not even talking about Canada where the casino is across from Port Huron. I'm not talking that part of Canada. I'm talking about where Kendall is.
It's almost quarter of a half safe, but I know how to fight off bears. We're good.
Not at all. It's not just the bears, it's everything else. No.
Oh yeah,
No.
that part. Yes, we're good.
No.
Do they care what kind of dogs you got up there?
I got a white tick terrier dog. Does that count?
No, do they care what kind of dogs you
Oh
own?
no, not at all.
Oh,
Never.
I'm on those bears' ass then. Oh yeah, I'm about to come up there.
So, do I do things without a plan? Yeah, of course, all the time. I think maybe that might be the pattern that I have to stop repeating, to be honest. I just trust the instinct of whatever the universe says because the universe will provide. I never have a detailed thing. I kind of think that might be something I have to change though a little bit on certain circumstances. I have like I said, I walked out of a moving vehicle, and I don't mean ran out of it. I literally walked out of it, and then I realized with how science and how things work, you really should have to run. There's no walking out of something that's going. You have to go with the motion of the thing, and then you'll be okay. But at the end of the day, I don't think long, and I don't call it as thinking wrong because I'm grateful of everything that I've experienced. My lessons are over, and I'm done learning them. So I might have to start planning things. I don't know, or not. Either way, fuck it. I mean, it is what it is. So, Do you believe oh, we asked that one. What does choosing yourself look like in real life? Golden Eagle.
When you're looking at it,
Facts.
yeah, that's right here. That's what it looks like.
SGF Graham, what does choosing yourself look like in real life?
Because people don't want me to be that.
No,
I'm
try it
around.
again. Try it again.
I said a fight
Mm,
because people don't want me to be me. Like I'm comfortable with being me, and I enjoy going through my journey. But I constantly hear I need to do this, I need to do that. People always talking against, and it's only the close circle that I guess shouldn't be that close, but the one I was born with,
mm.
or whatever. Is always doubt. Is always doubt. Either and they always tell you that it mean good intention with everything they say, and you'll tell them it don't work, and they'll continue to say it because they got good intentions. So, well, you better just learn how to take it, even though it doesn't work, or whatever. So
It,
it's a fight on my end, but I continue to fight. Whatever. The only thing I just remain angry a lot because I don't understand. Actually, it's my fault. I like today I came to the epiphany of just shut your mouth. You're only fighting because you keep telling them what you're planning to do.
Facts.
Whatever, like so that's the new thing. I'm just gonna seem antisocial to some people or whatever, but I gotta protect myself.
I was gonna say, I feel like when I started choosing myself, that's when I stopped the fight. There was no more fight anymore. It wasn't even discussion. It was more for me. There was more of a fight when I was still choosing somebody else. Not choosing myself or choosing something else, not really choosing myself. That's when the fight came into play. But that's just my personal experience. But yeah, I feel like the fight went away when I started choosing myself. I lost that fight. There was no battle anymore.
I think though, and I'm only going to speak from my opinion because I don't know exactly how SGF Graham feels, but I think that his heart's too big and he wants to take everybody with him that don't deserve to go.
I feel that.
That and
Same.
I was created by my parents, basically a yes man. So for a while it felt like I almost had to be aggressive to say no. Well, like the first time I told my mama no was on my birthday. She wanted me to come up there and cut the grass on my birthday or whatever. My brothers live there. I got my own place if you want me to come cut the grass or whatever. My dumb ass said yeah. And I paced around my apartment for a good 30 minutes, gaining up the energy to say no on something I shouldn't have been asked.
Right.
Like, and when I said no, it was like I slapped her or something. Whatever,
Right.
like that was the way she took it because the way that I was trained was to be the kid that always said yes, even if I didn't mean it. Whatever. So it's like me saying no or me choosing me is like a hardwired reset that wasn't put into their program.
Right.
So to me, to them, I'm just being rebellious and you don't know what you want to do with your life type vibes. And I'm like, yeah, I do. It hasn't changed. What are you talking about? Like the stuff they say makes me question my whole existence sometimes. Where it makes me question what the hell love is or any of that because nothing is intentional, but unintentionally, what the hell is love? What is what's going on right now? What is this reality? Whatever, like why am I like this, but I'm surrounded by this? Like why did you make me like this but put me with a non-supportive cast like this? whatever, like the type of trickery is this or whatever. It made me angry at life a lot of times or whatever, but I guess I was supposed to go through the journey of being self, being true to self, I guess. So I guess that's why that's like the hardest part for me. But yeah, that's the battle. Being a true authentic me seems like a fight.
Mm. So, for me, when it says, what does choosing yourself look like? I'm almost in agreement with SGF Graham a little bit. And it's not, I realize that because I mirror a lot of people, that it's hard for me to say no to someone that sees growth in me because they're only wanting to see the best for me. And I have to realize, no, that's not me. That's not what I like. That's not what I don't like. So me saying no is new to me because that's boundaries and I'm just learning them. And I kind of have a spoken word that I made today. And in this, for me, it's about realizing how powerful you truly are. And it's all about how you perceive things. So I want to read this real quick and then we'll go to the positive quotes and the reflection. But it says, it's called Everything Multiplies. Every time my name leaves your mouth, understand this. You're planting a seed, and I control the soil it lands in. So speak on me. Say what you want. Try to attach negativity to my existence and watch what happens. Because where you send doubt, I return abundance. Where you send hate, I return love. Where you speak lack, I multiply into prosperity. Where you attach my name to struggle, it transforms into bliss, peace, and overflow. See, you thought words had power over me, yet I learned something deeper. I am the translator of energy. So when my name is spoken, it does not carry your intention, it carries mine. And my intention is aligned with growth. My intention is aligned with elevation. My intention is aligned with expansion in every form, financially, spiritually, emotionally, and universally. So thank you. Every whisper, every conversation, every time I cross your mind, you're contributing to something you didn't even know or understand. Because nothing negative sticks to me. It converts. It circulates. It multiplies into currency, clarity, and connection, into everything meant for me. So keep speaking. Just know, when my name is mentioned, only blessings will answer. Ashe. And it's about perception. It's almost like the infinity symbol. It's about how we see things. If we see that it's hard for us to speak our truth, then we must not speak our truth to them people. So that's what I did. That's what I wrote today. So let's do the reflection and then the bridge, and then we'll do the positive messages. Golden Eagle.
Walking away isn't always running. Sometimes it's recognizing where something leads before you end up there again and choosing differently anyway. That takes awareness, that takes accountability, that takes courage.
This is the bridge for our next show. Tonight we heard a decision, a moment where someone saw the cycle, even though they didn't show up. Remember, sometimes when you choose going off grid, you may not have connection. There is a GoFundMe, though, that's pinned to the description. So if anybody wants to help in this person's new journey and new life and new way of living, you can. And they chose differently. So Tuesday we go deeper because recognizing pattern is one thing, although understanding why it exists is another. So Tuesday, we sit with Aneem. What's his last name? Kearney? And we talk about the mind, the subconscious, the patterns, the cycles that keep repeating in our lives. Because once you understand what's been running in the background, you can change it. So as a family, we keep listening. If you have a story and you've been carrying it and you feel ready to share it, contact us. This is a space where your voice is heard, your story is respected, and what you share, you still own. We're just here to listen. SGF Graham, what is your positive message?
A positive message is another realization that, well, it's a realization that I've known several days now, but actually putting it in a deliberate practice, be a passerby. You don't have to entertain everything. Doesn't mean it's gonna go away, but if it's not for you, then let it go by, because energy can only be where it can feed off of. Energy has to have it come back to it. If it don't come back to it, energy is gonna go to somewhere else. So be a passerby. It's okay. You still have your feelings. That don't mean that you have to give it to them.
I love that for you. Kendall Call, positive message.
Positive. Okay. When it comes to certain ages, you can never trust a fart. And when you do, make sure you check it twice.
That's why we're not doing Twisted Radio this Saturday, because we are detoxing just in case. Go ahead, Golden Eagle. Positive message.
I'm just gonna stick with what I was saying earlier. You know, words of Marlon Brando. It's all relative. And the more we see that, the better understanding we have of all things. So they're relative.
I've said this once and I'll say it again. You signed up for this. If you don't like it, change the script. You created it.
Right.
No one else wrote your life for you besides you. You can erase. You can rewrite. You can take out something. You can add something. Because guess what? Nobody else is walking in your footprints but you. So we're the ears that will listen, and where your opinion matters. Don't just be different, become the difference. Until next time, thank you for taking time out your day to come and vibe with us, heal with us, learn with us, and listen with us. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations filled with peace and love. Ashe, everyone.
Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
See ya.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people. Rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is. Where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you. But with faith you recover. Yup. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard.